once again, it is your girl, Lily Love, here with another message from the Divine. As I always say, today if you're hearing my voice, I ask that you harden not your heart, for I am just a messenger, and we are all here to witness and learn. Thank you guys for your likes, subscribe, shares, views, and memberships. Everything is greatly appreciated, my loves. Okay, so I have the Book of Psalms in the right-hand path right here. I feel like you have protection, you have strength, you are blessed, okay, and that's because you practice the right hand path, which is just having spiritual knowledge, using everything in a higher vibration that you do know spiritually. Okay, now I'm reading this because I did get a, like, when I was minding my business earlier and I was like, Holy Spirit, I'm gonna go ahead and record today. Is there anything that you want me to talk about, anything I need to speak about? And I smelled this strong smell of blood. Very strong smell of blood, okay? It was giving like fresh blood. So I don't know if somebody, like, if this has to do with somebody just now starting their menstrual cycle. Like it could be a child who just now started their menstrual cycle, or something could have happened to you when you first started your menstrual cycle. Somebody tried to curse you and hex you because you became a lady. Somebody could have pushed forward. Somebody could have made someone's menstrual cycle come on early, whether it's you or a child of yours, because they wanted their DNA. This is going to be weird. I can tell already. Somebody wanted someone's DNA possibly to do magic on them. They wanted their DNA. This could be a trauma that you had to heal from. That someone tried to make you a lady earlier in life so that they could try to get you pregnant or trap you. This is giving, it's gonna get pretty nasty is what I'm feeling like. Like this is some sort of curse put on your family, possibly about your menstrual cycles. I don't know if your menstrual cycles so happen to be like irregular. I just feel like if you have a child, someone tried to do the same spells that they did to you, to your child, but you are protected by the powerful hand of God. There was some sort of divine intervention. Somebody wanted your blood or needed some of your DNA or needed a child's DNA in order to try to curse them or put some sort of curse on them, on their bloodline is what I'm hearing. So they forced or did spell work for this child or you to have your menstrual cycle early so that they could get this blood. Why do these people? To curse you, to block you in life. So they use this blood to block you. But again, you have spiritual protection. You healed from some sort of trauma. Maybe these people already had your blood. Damn, dog work. Okay, I did see that too. And I also saw, because I kind of went into the meditative state, I saw like someone dipping a voodoo doll in blood, doing some sort of doll work in order to curse you, and they needed blood to do it. So they used, okay, they could have possibly used, if you first started your menstrual cycle, or a child first started their menstrual cycle, I doubt they used a tampon. So they maybe had someone come through your trash after doing this spell work. Someone was watching you. Someone inside of your home could have also been watching you, or someone inside of your home was the one that was doing this spell work, and they wanted to put this pad inside of this doll. And someone could have done this, like I said, somebody, if you have a child, somebody wanted to do this to your child like they did to you. And I think when you first started your menstrual cycle, it was forced by spell work, okay? And I think that someone in your home was searching through the trash cans, like, keeping tabs on if you had your period or not. And then when you did, this person waited until you possibly went to sleep or just left the bathroom, took the pad and put it inside of this doll. And this is some sort of doll they have been using to try to curse you, using to try to hurt you, using to work against you, so that you wouldn't have prosperity, you wouldn't be lucky, you would be cursed, you would be hexed. They could continuously block you. Someone's been continuously blocking you using a voodoo doll from the first time that you had your period, okay? This person could have possibly, like I said, if they're still staying with you or near you, came to your house and went to the bathroom and found out that your child has their period. They've done this to this child as well. Both of you guys are divinely protected. Now, some sort of divine intervention went on in this situation. They needed this DNA to target you, to target your child. What else, Holy Spirit? This is weird. I feel like someone also wanted someone's period to come on early so that they would be able to get pregnant. They wanted to shame you. They wanted you to get pregnant early. so they can call you all kind of names and embarrass you and say that you're unclean. They could have also possibly done this because they wanted someone to come in and get your child pregnant. This is, okay. But we got to go here. Let me get these cards off the floor. Astrology was upside down. Somebody needed your blood because your birth chart was wrong. They did not have the right birth date. And they read your birth chart wrong. Yeah, they read your birth chart wrong. They were supposed to offer you up, conjure some sort of curse, pass down a generational curse. The divine intervention was these people don't know your true birthday. They don't know the day that you were born. Like whatever birthday you have is possibly not even your real birthday. Or somebody just was, like they just got your birth chart reading wrong, period, okay? Somebody, a group tried to curse you and use a birth date that you use, but that's actually not your real birth date. You could have multiple cults coming after you, doing the left-hand path, trying to curse you and jinx you. But you're uncrossed. You're still bringing in this prosperity. You're generating money. You have blessings. You have love coming in, and some female energy tried to dominate your love life. Okay, a Jezebel spirit, this Jezebel root right here. Someone tried to dominate your love life. They did candle work on you for your passion. Dominate your love life by setting you up with a baby trapper. Someone tried to dominate your love life by setting you up with a baby trapper. For some of y'all, I'm hearing if you had your first period, this person told you, like this could be I'm hearing an elder. This person, like when your period could have came on, you could have been like, it's blood in my underwear, my period came on, I need to take a bath. This person could have took those underwear. I know I've done readings and I said someone took that underwear. I don't know if you threw those underwear away, or this person could have been old school and said, let me clean them for you. Or they could have washed their clothes for you. And these are the underwear that they kept, that they were able to put inside this voodoo doll and do spells on it. And it was a feminine energy. And she was trying to dominate your love life. Okay, for some of y'all, this is an overbearing ass parental figure, whether if it's a grandma or a mother figure. They're overbearing. They want to be all in your business. They actually searched and found your underwear after you had your period to do spell work on you, to try, like I said, to send someone in to get you pregnant, okay, so that they could talk about you, they could dominate you, they could make you feel less of yourself. This could have been something that they went through in their life, and that's what passed down, this Jezebel spirit. They possibly wanted to pass a generational curse down, but there was divine intervention and you were protected from whatever this person was trying to do to you. It's heavy on the blocking, causing stagnation in your life, because maybe when you fell in love, money and everything else was going to come toward you. When you got in a good relationship, it's like you could have been, you know how there's a king and a queen, and like the prince or the princess, well, we're gonna talk about a princess because we're talking about periods right now. So the princess would not get the blessings until they got married, and then they would get their own fortune. It's kind of like, yeah, you had money because you was with your mom and them and you had money, but once you got married, you were in your own right, you know, in your own family, and then you had your own prosperity, your own wealth. Even though it still may have been attached to the family, it was your own wealth. Somebody did not want you to have that. This person who practiced the left-hand path, you have a witch. Yes, you have a witch in your family, okay? You could be doing ancestor veneration right now, paying respects to the dead with the cemetery etiquette as well. And that could also be how you have this divine intervention. Your spirit guides are coming through. You could be a spiritual teacher, or like I said, this person is a family witch of yours. Let's see what's going on. Nope. Maybe. Why did I click it if I said no? You made healthy choices in life? Let's see what this is. Yeah, someone tried to be aggressive with you and continuously attack you. They could have haunted you when you were asleep. Now this person is going through fear and insomnia for causing problems for you in your life. For like, this person literally tortured you throughout your entire childhood. However, or whenever you were around this person like tried to attack you. And I think this person recently did something to that voodoo doll and bathed it in blood. But I don't know where this person is getting the blood from. Like, I feel like it's supposed to be some sort of blood attachment. So maybe this person is trying to do some sort of like spell. It could be animal blood, possibly. They could be using animal blood and try to douse the doll and the animal blood after sacrificing the animal. So every time they would sacrifice this animal and you would eat of this animal, then you would be sick. So let's say they sacrificed a chicken. Then when you eat chicken, it would attach itself to you. The curse that they did to that chicken after they sacrificed it would attach itself to you, because you would eat the blood, and y'all blood is like one. If it was hog blood, cow blood, whatever, if you ate some bacon, if you ate a burger, it's some sort of food spell. Yeah, something that this person does in secret. It's some sort of food spell. I've never heard of this. A food spell with blood, and everything in me just want to stop this reading. And I'm not going to do it. There's some sort of opportunity that's coming. See how they hid in between? They wanted to hide this opportunity from you by putting you in some sort of rock bottom sort of energy, like you hit rock bottom, so that they could be able to steal from you by not letting you get this inheritance, or you getting this opportunity, causing illusions, saying to people that you was a hoe, some sort of business opportunity, possibly calling your jobs and getting you fired. This person and somebody else, a clique of other people powered together to do this, to manifest off of your energy. They needed to keep you pent down and on, like in rock bottom, in order to manifest off your energy, but you balanced it out. You balanced the situation out, and you're receiving what's yours. This deceitful person wasn't allowed to steal your opportunity, because they couldn't keep you worrying. They couldn't keep you in anxiety. They couldn't keep you scared. They couldn't keep you fearing, possibly fearing change. This person wanted you to fear change. They wanted you to fear anything that would bring positivity toward you, because they didn't want you to get on this throne. Okay, yeah, this is the Empress, but they didn't want you to, you know, remember I said you was like a princess or something? They didn't want you to get what was yours. They were very protective over what was yours, which was this opportunity, or which was this money that's going to bring an opportunity to you, and which was this love as well. I'm telling you, in your destiny, you were supposed to get a loving relationship. You were supposed to get a romance, or you're going to get a loving relationship and a romance. They knew you were a star ever since you were born, because of how you talked, how you communicated, how you carried yourself, because you used to talk about the future. Some of you could have been prophetic, and they wanted to keep you to themselves so that they can be the prophetic one. This is definitely somebody that's older than you in your family that was trying to, or in a family of yours. You know, I mean, okay, this person was in your family. I was going to say, or it wasn't in the family. Like, this was just somebody working against you. But I think this person worked with different cults. But I feel like either this person don't really know your real birthday, like the birthday that you have on your birth certificate and shit, that's not your real birthday, or they just did not know what they were doing when they tried to go to someone who was supposed to be prophetic and speak on what you were supposed to have. Like, maybe they did a birth chart reading and told these people that if they did certain magic on you, that they will be able to block you. And these people can't block you, so maybe that's why birth chart reading came upside down. But these people wanted to hold you back, okay? This person wanted to hold you back because they wanted to be the patriarch. So it's a masculine energy that wanted to be in your feminine energy. What's going on? A masculine energy that wanted to be in your feminine energy. I wanted to say matriarch. Maybe this matriarch is in a masculine energy. Why did I say masculine energy that wanted to be changing, letting go, the end of a cycle of a King of Pentacles that wanted to be in your feminine energy, so that they can receive this good news and be confident. But your hard work is paying off, and your growth, like growing through these pains and healing through this trauma. Four of Pentacles, you're receiving justice and clarity. Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. 4 and 7 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 of Pentacles. They wanted to hold you back from some sort of work, so that you wouldn't find a provider and have joy and success. What is going on? Some sort of hierarchy. They're all fighting now. A group of people are all fighting now because you're in your power. They tried to do a lot of different curses on you as you grew up. every few years they tried to get a reading on you and do curses on you. They waited on important parts of your life. Like I said, like when you had your first period, maybe when you were a child, what did you speak about when you were a child? Your strength and how you were going to be able to move forward. You had foresight. You could see the future. You could speak the future. These people didn't like that. I felt like somebody in this group wanted to hold you back because they wanted to like hide you. With this holding you back, I see this tower, so it makes me think of like Rapunzel. They wanted to hide you. Okay, boom. So in the story of Rapunzel, she was sneaking. She was sneaking, seeing some dude. She didn't know nothing about the outside world, but there was a dude that came, and she was sneaking and seeing this masculine. Like he would climb up her hair, and you know what I'm saying? And it's like this old witch who wanted to keep her in the house and keep her to herself. Because she made her look young. You have an old feminine energy. The one I said that was real nosy. That tried to act like she was helping you all the time and she was taking care of you so you would never leave her and you would take care of her in return. Have y'all seen SpongeBob? Well, some of y'all have, some of y'all haven't. But that episode of SpongeBob where it was the older lady, she was getting older but she was attached to her mother, and it was like a parasite that was attached to her, and the only reason the mother, who was a dead fish, was still living was because she was attached to the girl in the seat. Somebody tried to attach themselves to you so that they can keep living. But why did Patriarch come out? I think she worked with the father figure to do this, worked with the masculine energy to do this, to keep you down. This woman might have been a victim of the Patriarch system. You know, be seen and not heard and shut up, and you have to take abuse, and you might have to even take, you know, somebody forcing themselves on you without you saying something. You just need to take it. Like this woman felt like it was a rite of passage for you to go through the abuse that she went through. She could have went through abuse at the hands of her father, so she made sure that you went through abuse at the hands of a masculine energy. This King of Pentacles right now is in this 10 of Swords because that 10 is sticking up behind this King of Pentacles, and so you're able to move forward because this King of Pentacles is the one now that's at rock bottom, and this is the one that this woman could have been working with. She was the one trying to hold you back and wanted some sort of growth or results to come from her holding you back. Generating, this could be a hoarder. This woman is a hoarder. She tried to hoard you. She could have hoarded like material things as well. She was using you for an energy source. And it was certain things that maybe she went through in her life because of the patriarchal system that she went through in her life that she wanted you to go through because she felt like she had to go through it and you wasn't any better. She used to call you a little bitch behind your back. I keep hearing that, little bitch. I keep hearing that. I don't like this energy. 313 could be very significant to you. 3 could be that you are protected by the Ascended Masters, and 13 is this death. 13 is this rebirth. Something could happen to you when you turn 13. You walked away from this feminine energy who was a part of this family, and you could be now speaking your truth about what happened with this old bitch. So she want to call you one, she's one. I know you are, but what am I? That's what I'm hearing. This woman is very childish. But she's under judgment because you walked away from her. So now she's going through karma. She no longer has your protection. This is a family witch. This family witch no longer has protection. She did some horrible shit to you. Or she knew that horrible things were happening to you. She preyed on your downfall. This is a person that you could not tell. This is a person who had money in your family, and you wondered how the hell did she have all that money. She was very money hungry, and she was a hoarder, and she would always buy stuff, but she would buy you shit off the clearance rack. She wouldn't buy you new stuff. She would buy you shit that was on sale, $2, $3 to have you looking fucking raggedy. Meanwhile, she dressed from head to toe looking good. It was purposely done as a constant humiliation ritual to you. If you had to go to prom, they had you looking a hot ass mess even if you went to prom. If you took graduation pictures, they had you looking a hot ass mess. They didn't do you how other people did their children. You were meant to look like you were impoverished, and they was meant to look like they were always helping you or had to help you. And this person messed up a lot of situations that you could have possibly had with a partner, with a soulmate. That was her whole point, was to fuck up your love life. She didn't want you to have any love. She wanted you to dedicate your entire life to her. And now you to walk away from her and possibly found a soulmate, found love. And she upset about it. Because whatever contract she made with the devil to keep you from being successful is no longer working. To keep you from being successful. This I was about to ask about this King of Pentacles, and this is right back in this line of work. Okay, a 10. To keep you at rock bottom, this King of Pentacles. If he kept you at rock bottom, then the King of Pentacles would be on top. He used family members. He used women in his family, or he used his patriarchal can't say it, but he used this system of the patriarchy to keep you down, or wanted to keep you down, or wanted to put you in a relationship with someone who would keep you down at rock bottom, so that they could be in a King of Pentacles position. Maybe this was a generational curse. Toxic ass men in y'all life. This woman worked together with this masculine to do this in secret. This masculine continuously watched you grow up. This masculine could have sexually abused you in some sort of way when you were a child, and this woman knew that this person did this to you because this woman felt like you deserved that. I don't want to trigger nobody, but I smelled the strongest smell of blood, and somebody was doing some blood magic to trap you. And this is the person. This is what they had. This is what you could have experienced at the hands of this person. And you left this person out in the cold. Speaking your truth, this person is upset that you're speaking it, and you let them out of the cold. You know, like this person could have possibly also been doing things to you to cause brain damage. Feeding you things to cause memory loss in you. Too much sugar. A lot of people who drink a lot of alcohol end up developing dementia, and that's because of the sugar levels that's in the alcohol. Too much sugar. This person could have gave you too many sweets. This person could have purposely had you gain weight so that you wouldn't be considered attractive. This person is a menace. Still is a menace. And like I said, if you had a child, then this person was trying to, she felt like it was her job. And maybe she was getting paid by this King of Pentacles to do this. She was your handler. If this wasn't your actual family, like you were placed in this family, some of y'all can't even remember because you was too young to understand that, you were switched in the nursery, given to the wrong family. That just recently happened to somebody, but back in the day it happened a lot more. That's why they made that movie on Lifetime about it. Okay, that's why they made, what was the name of that other movie? I know it was one movie about when a lady stole the baby out the hospital. Then there was another movie about the hand that rocks the cradle sort of shit. There are women, or were women, that was evil witches that would steal children. Somebody got your birth chart reading wrong. Who is this who had the birth chart read? Because you were supposed to have success. Somebody got your birth chart reading wrong. They feel mentally in prison because whatever they prophesized and worked together with these people didn't work. Who is this who did the wrong birth chart reading? Because they didn't have your birthday. Lack of focus. This person had a lack of focus because of an addiction. This person may have gotten drunk or may have gotten high, could have been snorting cocaine when they were doing these prophetic things. The only time that they were prophetic, or the only time that they could do these birth chart readings or what the fuck ever, is if they were under the influence of something. And then over here with the 5 of Cups, they're disappointed. They could have been drinking. They have sadness and a lot of regret. They're focusing on their failure because they read your birth chart wrong. Maybe it was orchestrated after you were switched in the hospital for this King of Pentacles to give you to this woman. And maybe he didn't tell her the right day when you were born. Somebody hid your birth. Searching for the truth, your birth was hidden. Because somebody did not want these people to find you, and they found you anyway. For some of y'all, if y'all lost a mother figure, like right now, the person who's cosplaying as your mother is not your real mother. It could be this mother figure. But if you know, this could, I'm heavy on the grandma. But if her daughter is not actually your real mother, and this could be something that could be hidden, this could be an evil stepmother of yours, heavy on the Cinderella and buying you clearance item shit and keeping you in the home, heavy on the Rapunzel. Like, you might have resonated with a lot of different fairy tales. And the main thing about these fairy tales were whoever was a chosen child was kept a secret. You were kept a secret, possibly by a masculine energy from this woman. And this woman could have found you, and she could have, I don't know, bro. I really just feel like your mother's not your real mother for some of y'all in a situation. This is just what I'm getting. I'm going to say it. Your mother's not your real mother. She could actually be a stepsister of yours, but cosplaying as your mother because she's in cahoots with this stepmother energy. Okay? They tried to keep you a secret, but they were paid by a King of Pentacles who could have been a part of a group, a coven, a family, could have been a part of whatever trafficking ring this is, to use you for energy harvesting. And this woman could have been your handler. That's why she always had money and wealth. But now she's going through a lot of ups and downs in her life. Mentally imprisoned by this secret. For some of y'all, this motherfucker's realizing that she has dementia, or she's going to realize because she don't remember what she did until you started speaking the truth of what you know someone did to you. And now she's remembering what she did and guilt eating her ass up because it's like your mouth was closed. You couldn't speak on what was going on. You weren't supposed to remember. You weren't supposed to know. Like I said, feeding you too many things to make you forget. Body shaming you when you gained the weight when she was the one pumping you with sugar. Somebody wanted you to get diabetes. They fantasized about you getting diabetes and then them letting it get out of control and you having to get a leg or something amputated, being funny, saying ha ha ha, you wouldn't be able to get away. Because look at this. Something wrong with this person's head and their foot. She wanted you to forget. She wanted you to have brain damage some sort of way. Could have been feeding you poisons over time. Could have been giving you too much sugar. Wanted you to get diabetes. This person may have diabetes. This person was your handler and they like covertly tortured you. I kind of want to find out who the fuck is this King of Pentacles and how did you even end up in the hands of these people? For some of y'all, these could have been people that was in your family that just was jealous of you. So they targeted you as a fucking baby. They targeted you. Some old bastards in your family. This King of Pentacles will be old. This woman over here could be old. We're going to call her the Four of Pentacles. The Hoarder. She could be old. Who is this King of Pentacles? This is giving stepmother energy. But grandmama. Maybe she wasn't literally your grandma. Maybe she literally was your stepmama and you didn't know. It's two people, a man and a female, who is tied to this shit. Heavy on the victory. That's the truth. You're going to have a victory in this. You're going to triumph over this and you're going to be able to move forward just like you said you would when you was little. And they upset about that. This brand new beginning you're going to have. No matter how long they held this shit off, it's still going to come forth. It's still going to be true. Maybe when you spoke about it, it's going to happen at the same time you said that it was going to happen when you were little, but they thought you were alive. It's something about your age. You may not be as old as they say you are, or that could be a reason why your birth chart wrong. Is because you aren't the right age. You could be younger than what they're saying you are. Whoever this was, you know how when people have a job to do and they kind of fuck the job up? Like, let's say somebody was supposed to label something at work and they labeled it the wrong day, but they still passed it off as if they did their job. Whoever these people were who could have possibly trafficked you or took you from your actual family, some of y'all could have been taken like in a park. Some of y'all could have been taken when you were with your mother in some sort of situation and somebody snatched you up and brought you to this man who distributed you to this family or to this cult. It could have been a lot of cult members running around stealing fucking kids. But they had to make up a birthday. For some of y'all, somebody who took you lied about when they took you and that gave you the wrong birthday. And it was a secret that they took to their grave. Kind of like they were supposed to snatch another baby and the baby that they were supposed to snatch, it didn't work or it didn't happen. So they snatched another baby, which was you, in that place. This is some baby snatching ass energy, bro. And these people feel defeated and they have resentment because they feel like they've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, tricked, this whole scandal. Because now they're going through hardship, sickness, and poverty. They regret this shit now. Because you're going to be free. And they're going to be the ones juggling life. Somebody could have bathed you in animal blood as a sacrifice when you were little. Some sort of plan to do this to you so that they could use you for an energy source. This is wild. I don't even know what deck to use. This is wild. Give me something else on this, Holy Spirit. The forgotten. Come on now. And now you're showing you're not forgotten in this situation. Exposure. You were supposed to be forgotten. The real you was supposed to be forgotten, but you're going to have universal exposure at this point. Something to do with some sort of underground organization. I'm telling you, this was like, these people was trafficking babies or stealing babies, if not from the hospital, literally out of carriages next to the mother. Like somebody could have been pushing, I'm seeing somebody could have been pushing their baby, and a lot of stuff could have been going on. Maybe this person had other children, and you were, this was a news story back in the day. Somebody was stolen in the late 80s, early 90s. A child. It was exposed that someone was doing this. Stealing, snatching babies. It was a time period in the past where people were stealing babies. That was a business. People was getting paid off that shit. From women who had a desire to nurture, but they couldn't. From people who couldn't have children. Mishandled situations causing confusion. Stealing destiny, stealing babies. Mental illness. Illusions. Didn't I say something about cocaine, crack? Taking crackhead babies? Crackheads selling their babies? To be tortured instead of nurtured? Which was this was torture. People playing in your fucking face. An abrupt change happened because things were brought to the light, so this shit had to stop. For an extended period of time, these scams, these babies, these money hungry people selling babies, this shit had to stop because it was exposed. I'm gonna have to look it up and see, was there a like high, well shit, they take anything off the internet, but I really am feeling that there was a rise in people snatching babies back in the day. That's why they made so many movies about that shit. A lot of the times when things are going on in the world, people make movies about it. And you know, everybody used to like to watch Lifetime and shit. I'm telling you, it went all across the world. A mishandled situation that was going on across the world. This is the world card. But the cycle is now closed. And these two people that work together on this voodoo doll work together on trying to do something to you. Like I said, for a devil energy. It was an entire group of people that was doing this shit. Snatching babies. Children were being neglected and ignored in their families because these were not your families. I know sometimes, you know, they'll be like, oh, you were born into this family because you were supposed to change the bloodline. You were snatched. It wasn't a born into this family. You were snatched into this family. You were placed in these families. So that they can unite in hate against you. There could be some sort of unity in your community because you were put in families. You are a powerhouse. You are a power source. And you were placed in these communities in order to give these groups power. And they celebrated and they danced. But they're going to be suffering through jail time, physical harm, a lot of destruction. If there's a lot of car accidents going on around where you are, it's because the shit's coming down. The shit has hit the fan. Somebody tried to keep this quiet. But their emotions, this is the calm before the storm. Maybe that's why they're quiet. Maybe when you got from around them, everything went quiet and they knew it was the calm before the storm, before this destruction. There's a realization going on that you could be the Hierophant energy. There's a realization that you have stepped into your power because these people are suffering through karma. The market. This is the market card, and it's upside down. Whatever they were doing is no longer happening. Somebody might have wanted to take your child and get rid of you and then put your child in the same system. This could have a lot to do with CPS and why they don't give a fuck about kids. That could be this whole group right here. There could be a politician funding this CPS shit to make sure that these children don't have rest and they stay in these horrible ass families. And if they get taken away from one family because of exposure, then they get placed in another family. They could be trying to take babies, or were taking babies from people who were nurturing to put them in families. Blame them. You know, we always talk about somebody calling CPS on somebody that was a part of this group. These were baby thieves. And they would covertly in the background do things to make a woman look crazy to take their children from them. Give them cocaine, give them crack, say they were whores. Put them in horrible situations so they can violate these children. That's why they say children ain't safe in the CPS system. They're not fucking safe. They get put in families full of pedophiles. You could have been taken away from a family a long time ago and not known and placed in another family. They used you for a check. These were pedophiles. These are people that violated you. Some sort of family obligation to keep it in the home. Violence. Making you feel like you're misunderstood. Things are being revealed about this, or will be revealed about this. Presence of all material possibilities. They wanted to take away all your material wealth. They wanted to keep you in poverty, aka buying you shit off the clearance rack, making you look impoverished. Trying to repeat some sort of setup. So they could have set your mom up, and now they want to set you up to take your child from you. But they were too quick to act. Too aggressive. You are being released from sorrow. You're going to get a harvest. You're going to get your 10 of Pentacles, something that's owed to you. Their short-lived victory or short-lived vow of secrecy is being exposed because of this fucking King of Pentacles. This is giving me a reckless, impulsive person, obsessed with sexual things. This could be a politician. And then I heard devil walking the earth. This is a fallen angel who was in charge of trafficking divine children as power sources. That's why that devil card kept coming back up. These are actual devils walking in physical bodies. Nobility, strength, and intense passion. Very reckless, impulsive, obsessed sexually. This is a demon. This is a living embodiment of sickness. They cause disease and worry and trouble. Children getting pregnant. Children getting assaulted. Children having these wounds. Trauma wounds. This is horrible. I'm telling you. It's two cards right here. You see these people? I can't show them because they, naked. But this woman is significantly smaller than this masculine. I promise you, child brides. Selling child brides. Selling children to older men. Putting these children in families with these older men. Then conjuring things to make their period come on so they can get pregnant early, bro. So that they can get pregnant early. Cruelty, very jealous, causing oppression. This is horrible. All under the watch of this devil. Sacrifices to this devil, to this demon. But you no longer have to deal with this. You broke free of this. Like I said, it's going to be stuff on the news. Maybe about just, not even just your situation specifically, but it's going to be a lot on the news about people who went through this. That's how you're going to receive victory, by the light being shined on this again, and all of these people who were a part of this with these children are gonna be heavily burdened. They're gonna be sick, or they are heavily burdened and sick. A negative outlook. They have a negative outlook now on the direction that they took. They wish they never did this shit, but that's only because they got caught. I was trying to find out. Somebody's in deep water trying to run away from this. A lot of these people too fucking old to be able to run away from this shit. It will be blasted on social media. You know, social media is the new news, the new TV is social media. This is going to be blasted on social media about people who were adoptive parents that were posing as real parents. A lot of y'all will be able to heal from the things that you went through, knowing that you were placed in this family. These people not your blood. These people not related to you. You were a part of some sort of system that didn't show you any favor, that deserted you, that wanted you to run away. Somebody wanted you to run away from home so that they will be able to capture you and be easily for you to do this. They could be trying to make like your child run away from home, trying to mess with your child's emotions. And they're hidden, wanting somebody to run away. Somebody's hiding on social media, watching you on social media. Could possibly be this old ass witch that we talked about. Could be this King of Pentacles. People who had to do with this, watching you. Someone's illegally lodging. They're gonna go to jail for that. Like, these people going to jail for stupid shit. They didn't want you dating. You've healed possibly because you are dating now. Someone could be willing to marry you and these people didn't want that for you. Pink collar crimes. Non-violent crimes pertaining to finances committed by women who have access to company funds. Identity theft, embezzlement. Somebody could have been a bookkeeper, keeping your books, keeping your information on your shit, running your funds up. This could have been a nurse who was trading babies off. You could have been, this woman could be a nurse. Cover up some sort of surveillance. The cameras in the nurseries. It was a cover up. Cause you brain damage. I hate to say this. Has somebody ever told you that, like, when you were little, somebody may have told you that they wanted to strangle you? They got frustrated with you by something or something that you said and they wanted to put their hands around your throat. This person does that type of shit to people and will hold you to the point of you passing out. And that could have been a form of them making you forget shit. And you're still alive. And you're not supposed to be alive at this point. What the fuck? Mind control. They wanted you to get snatched up, hidden, missing, trying to hide you. Some sort of natural disaster happened. Your intuition was a natural disaster to these people because you were able to speak about this abuse and neglect that you suffered as a child that they tried to hide. You're starting to remember, or things are being spoken to you. You're starting to recall what they did, and they did all this shit for money. Somebody possibly filed an insurance claim on you recently and tried to get somebody to come and take you out in the crime of passion by getting you with some sort of masculine. These people, this feminine and this masculine energy coupled up to do this, and they're trying to clean this shit up. They could be cleaning up some dirty money. It's hooked up to some organized crime, trying to clean up some dirty money because they paid somebody to come in and try to take you out in the crime of passion. But the person who was supposed to do it is now in prison and they ass sitting in jail. So now all these people who in this family or this unit or whatever the fuck this was that was working against you, they're having a meeting because they want to cause some sort of disaster for you to get rid of you so that they can collect this money and keep covering up this secret. They can clean up this dirty money that they've been spending. Something happened on the beach. They could have been having this meeting on a beach, somewhere on the beach. Somebody could have been buried somewhere on the beach. Someone's in prison because they did a crime on the beach and buried somebody. An affair. an accomplice. So these two people were not married, but they were sleeping together behind whoever this King of Pentacles was. Probably had somebody, and this woman had somebody. They were having an affair back in the day. That's why they partnered up to do this shit. And now they're partnering up to try to get somebody to take you out and cause you a death. They used drugs and poisons on you when you were little. They were able to like do fraud with whatever finances you was getting from the state that they were receiving. Somebody might be staying in a home that's of yours, or they could have someone surveilling your home, trying a paid actor who's pretty greedy surveilling your home, or that could have been the person that's in jail right now. White collar crimes, non-violent, deceit to obtain or avoid losing money, trying to clean up this money with a white collar crime. To gain a personal business, to gain a personal or business advantage committed by individuals or organizations in a business setting. They did this shit. They cleaned up some dirty money by, what is that called? Money laundering. They cleaned up dirty money by filtering it through a business. For some of y'all, this business could have been a fucking hospital. They had hospitals, which made it easier for them to take the babies. This King of Pentacles could have been somebody who had a hospital. This woman could have been a nurse. And this is how they continued this business. They weren't the only two. Like this had something to do with orange collar crimes, criminal activity committed by working in manual labor or trade professions, using their access to tools or knowledge of their workplace to commit theft and fraud. These two people, this woman could have been a nurse. He could have been some sort of doctor. He could have been somebody who had shares into the hospital. They were working with this fallen angel had a business. And this is how they were collecting children. Was by hospitals. This masculine, obsessed with children. Give me some on this masculine. Obsessed with children, had people watching children. Somebody could be, a male could be watching your child in a home that's greedy. This paid actor. Somebody wants to cause a fire to your home to get rid of you, to shut you up. This could be somebody that's supposed to be homeless, that they could have had watching you. This is a different person from this person, a passion of crime. This is someone else that they could have possibly been having. They could have had a homeless person recently watching your child and watching your home. This male could be a pervert, a pedo. And this person possibly was supposed to kidnap your child, take your child. For some of y'all, this person has been watching you, the child, that they were trying to exterminate. Okay, child, now adult, that they were trying to exterminate. And they wanted to do some fraud by setting your home on fire because they got an insurance claim already saying you was dead. And this male was a homeless person. And he was the one that ended up going to jail for lodging or staying somewhere he wasn't supposed to stay. Staying in an abandoned home. They found out he was... Somebody got caught squatting and ended up going to jail for that. And I think the police already know, or detectives already know, that this person had something to do with these people. But this is what they arrested him on, just to get him away from you, so that he couldn't cause this accident in your fucking neighborhood. Someone could be on a boat trying to sail away. Somebody could be trying to like act like they going sailing and something happened. If you have a boat, they wanted you to act like you was just going fishing or sailing, and then all of a sudden you disappeared. They wanted to try to say you fell in the water. Somebody actually has like like somebody with some money actually has like a boat, and they're trying to act like they're just, you know, everything's all right. Like the officers could have pulled up, the detectives could have pulled up on this person at the dock where they have their yacht, and this person could have been like, oh no, you know, I'm just, you know, doing what I do on this yacht. Somebody could stay on a boat. Could be a doctor. Somebody's doctor got a boat, got a yacht, got something. A woman could have disappeared. This is what they wanted for you. Somebody could literally be just trying to act like they going on a trip, but they're preparing to try to sail away in this boat and get away. I'm telling you, these people was using you as fucking power supplies. Let me get this card off the floor. I'm telling you, with grandparents on the floor, these folks old as hell now. old as hell now. This woman could have been a spouse or partner of your grandparent. That's where that stepmama energy came from. They could have adopted you. Somebody could have had you. If you had, now my throat messed it up. If you had a mother figure who had a child young, let's say your mama had you young, or the person they're claiming is your mother had you at a young age, that's when they did the baby swap at the hospital. This is fucking weird. And this is an isolated situation. For some of you, if your mother, quote, quote, had you at a young age, this stepmother energy allowed someone, this King of Pentacles, to come in and get her child sexually abused and pregnant. Or hired somebody to come in and get this child of hers pregnant. That's when they did the baby swap at the hospital, was when this woman had a child. Her child either didn't survive, or that child was put in a different family and you were put in this family. And they used you as a power supply. But you were brought there by a vehicle. On the road, somebody brought you to that hospital for that baby swap. Legal proceedings are going to happen about this inside job, or they're already happening about this inside job. Red collar crime, violence or threats of violence to conceal or cover up and prevent detection of white collar crimes. Because of this person who was, for some of y'all, this same person of perversion that was supposed to come in and do a passion crime, this is somebody who you could have had a child with and you blocked them out of your life. This is somebody who could have known that you had a child when you was going together with them, and you let them, you didn't want to talk to them no more. You stayed away from this person. And this person was sent in to do this passion crime, and they were like still trying to do it, but you wouldn't allow them in your energy. So they decided to watch you and your child from a home where they were squatting, and they ended up getting arrested for squatting. But that's because the law know that they're connected to these crimes, or this person who ended up getting caught up is now going to tell what was going on and how someone hired them. Because this person could have been in that home, but they could have had a bunch of fuel, they could have had a bunch of matches, they could have had some shit, they could have had Motti cocktails already put together, and the police is like, what the fuck is you doing? If you're supposed to be squatting in a home like you're a homeless person, you're not homeless at all. Because why do you have all this ammunition? Why do you have all these things? Why do you have pictures of these people? Why do you have this sort of, like, this person housed in that home like it was literally a hired hit, and these people found the hitman and arrested the hitman, and now the hitman finna tell on these old bastards. I'm trying to tell you, the hitman was supposed to come in and take you out. Lies. Staying in a motel. Maybe he couldn't stay in this motel no more, so they told him to go house in one of them houses that was close to you. This family of people that wanted him to commit violence against you because he could not marry you and trick you, so that the life insurance plan can go that way. So they redid a life insurance plan to get somebody to come and try to take you out. Assassination. Fuck. Heavy on this boat. Somebody got a boat. A boat hidden in a wooden area. They're regretting things. This person is trying to leave. This whole group is now not claiming. My throat messing up. They don't want me to talk about it. Dismemberment. This whole group is trying to break up. These whole people, all these people who had something to do with this assassination attempt, they're trying to break up and get away from each other. Like, didn't I say these people old? People trying to fake dementia. People trying to fake not remembering shit, so that they don't get caught and attached to this. They're trying to play, oh, I'm too old. Instead of playing, I'm crazy, oh, I'm too old. You're going to receive a gift, and you're going to be able to celebrate why these people are trapped. Not only in what they did to you, but in debt in the spiritual world. That's why this justice is coming down like it is right now. A landfill and a celebrity and a devil. What the fuck going on? Something can be going on as a site, a sacrifice site in a landfill to this devil who is a celebrity. This person, this devil that's walking on earth, full of ego. This person is a fucking alien, a fallen angel, an extraterrestrial energy. This devil from the mountains, which is a secret. They could have some sort of secret, like, look at this. This is not a regular door. This is like on some sort of, I feel like mountains with Olympus, but mostly on these mountains, the highest mountains, In the world is where these fallen angels came down at and where they inhabited it. With the UFO extraterrestrial sort of energy, there's some sort of secret like shrine somewhere on a mountaintop where people go to worship this entity, or where this entity is staying. A cult goes to worship on this mountain, this entity. There could be underground tunnels, underground channels, or underground channels of these children. Female children from this cult. They traveled from outer space to get revenge on divine unions and love because they were jealous. Wanted people to take themselves out of there. Maybe it was a suicide mission to want this. I want to find out what devil this is. I'm not even finna cap to you, but I don't have my cards right here. I want to find out who this person is and what devil this is to expose this shit on today. I heard lust, spirit of lust, a husband, single, daughter. They have one daughter and somebody's husband. This King of Pentacles is someone's husband. They have one daughter. If you were born in a family where you were the only daughter to a masculine energy, it has something to do with you. That's how they choose. Someone's 18 to 24 years old. This daughter could be 18 to 24 years old. Can I get a letter of this person that this demon is inhabiting? He could be a part of this cult. He got possessed at this place in the mountains because this alien is just sticking right out between cult, travel, and female. He's going to try to travel towards you. This entity itself is going to try to travel towards you. Perversion. This entity has been watching you, and they know you're healing, and they're going to use some sort of secret way to try to come towards you. He's been sentient being. He's been sending cult members towards you. Can I get something else on this person? He's in politics. Of course he's in politics. Garnet could be of significance, showing maybe his wealth. Who is this entity? Can I get something on this entity? He's living in the body of someone's husband who's in politics, who has one daughter. Can I get can I get the letters of this entity's name? So I can figure out what entity this is. The Antichrist. Whoever this is, they have blonde hair and they're from the West Coast. They could be a Libra, or they could be in the justice system. They could be in the system to try to cause balance, they say. They could be a governor. Somebody has red hair. West Coast. Could be a governor. Letter starts with N. Letter starts with N. Name could start with N. N with N. Name could start with K. N with K. They're the grandfather. Maybe their daughter has children. And they're a granddad. To a Capricorn child with straight hair. This male with blonde hair. We're not even speaking on the entity. Capricorn, the devil card. Yes, we are. The wife or the child, somebody that this person with blonde hair, this blonde hair masculine from the West Coast. Somebody, red hair, they have red hair, that's significant to Lilith, his wife. Whoever this masculine is from the West Coast, name could start with the N, could start with the K. They have blonde hair, dirty blonde hair. or they had natural blonde hair. He had a wife that has red hair. And they had a daughter together. Maybe he left this woman behind, left her single. This red-haired female could have curly hair. I feel like this person could have remarried when he got into politics, and this is a child that he had before. This is crazy work. And this child, once again, is 18 to 24 years old. I don't know who this is. Someone could be Australian. Name start with the E. And it's his ex-lover. So the person he's married to now is not the wife of this. I mean, is not the wife. Fuck it. This is the ex-lover. It ain't the wife. They ended up getting divorced. And he had a daughter with this woman. And remarried. What the F? Now he got a new love. Someone who got him in his feelings with this Cancer. This new love could be a Cancer. She could be from the north. Sheesh. Alright. Can I get something on this demonic energy? He is the demonic energy. Can I get something on the demon that inhabits his body? I heard earthly form. His earthly form. This is a demon of lust. That's all they're giving me. Demon of lust and earthly form. If I figure out who it is, we'll do another reading. I just don't have... I have to go all the way in my stuff to find my cards. But I'm pretty sure since I asked what demon it is, the Holy Spirit will let me know. And then I'll let y'all know when I know. Okay? But this is this masculine who had a lot to do with this trafficking. And it's going to come out. Yeah, he's supposed to be someone noble. He comes off as very noble. Oh my gosh. This person may have 2 sons, is what I heard. He likes to like do speeches holding his sons. I'm finna get up out of here, cuz. If you know where I'm going with this, you know where I'm going with this, cuz. I did a reading the other day about somebody being a Pyru. Right? And being from the West Coast. Right? But I feel like Pyru has something to do with the demonic energy. I don't know if it's Pyru or I don't know. Is it Pazuzu? I gotta look it up, y'all. But I think I'm getting to what demon it is. Damn. If I find it, I'll put it in the reading, okay? Alright, y'all. This is it. This is all my loves. We're gonna get up out of here and go on to another one. So meet me in the next one.